Hey, good morning, everybody. Um, I make this video because maybe it's high time. Like, I tell all of y'all that spirit, that Holy Spirit lies here with me. And these things that I tell you are of the heavens. But it seems I got a few of you that done wrote me on YouTube under videos I comment under saying, where's this in the scriptures and where's that in the scriptures? Well, read your scriptures, what it tell you about the Lord did say when that spirit would come, what the spirit would do. And then look at the things I do. But I'm going to speak of myself to try to show you all just who I am. All right, I was born in the year 1965, August 31st. I was born Kings County Hospital. I was born, my feet were turned completely around. I lived the first couple of years in the hospital. Now, I'm going to leave that part of the story to there before I do have a book out. That part of the story will get told when the book get released. Which I'm still a far away from releasing it because I don't have the funds. I do have a Cash App. $ capital T HIMOTHYCOLLIER. That's my Cash App. If any one of you want to donate so that I could release my book, it would be greatly appreciated. But that's not why I'm making this video. I make this video because I've shared a lot of things in my life. Like my walk with drugs. I was a crack addict for many years. But let me tell you, it was those years that God walked with me. I was not yet walking with him, but God walked with me and showed and taught me many things in my life when I was down and out, or seemed to be that I was lost to the world, for everybody thought I was just completely gone out of my mind. But what they didn't know, it was just God was rearing me. Now, let me tell you a few stories about my walk in those days. First, like all of these stories I have told already, but I'm about to tell you so that you could really try to get a picture of why I'm able to tell you that I am that spirit that the Lord did tell you in the last days that will come. And not only that, maybe you'll start to see. First, I tell a story of, and this young lady, this little girl, this baby, I don't remember if it was a little girl or a little boy, but the lady, she should remember, because it was right there on Pickens Avenue and Rockaway Avenue. She was on the 60 bus. She had got off the bus. She had some balloons. She had a baby in her hand saying congratulations. You could tell she just was bringing the baby home from the hospital. Well, when she got off the bus, now me, mind you now, let me describe myself to you. You think I look a wreck now? From how I look now to how I look then is unrecognizable. That's how low I had went in life. Anyway, I was looking real bad, dressed real, I was a crackhead. Not smelling too good, not too clean, and really just looking like the Walking Dead. Anyway, she gets off. I asked, like when she got off the bus, I was like, "Oh, you just had the baby?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm just bringing her home." Like she looked at me like, "Should I be talking to you?" But she didn't want to be unkind, and I guess she looked into my eyes and she didn't see nothing that will harm, like I meant her any harm. So, I could tell she was kind of nervous still. But I kept my little distance. I didn't try to come up and watch the baby. I was mindful of myself and mindful of her and the child and the newborn. And I know nobody wants a dirty ass person coming to their child. So I kept my distance. And as she had said that, well, as I had asked her, I was like, "Oh, you just had a baby." And she was like, "Yeah, I'm just coming home from the hospital." And like I say, she looked at me real strange. And then out of nowhere, the sky just opened up and it started coming down. I mean, heavy. Started raining. It just came out of nowhere. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was on a Sunday because none of the stores were open. I think it was later on in the evening. I'm not sure if it was earlier in the morning or in the evening, but I know the stores wasn't open. And I know stores usually open later on Sunday. Well, they used to. They used to open later on Sunday and close early on Sunday. So I can't remember if it was that it was before they opened or after they closed. I believe it was after they closed. But anyway, the rain just whipped and started coming in. I'm looking around. You know, canopies. Stores used to have canopies, like drawing canopies. So most of the stores, when they closed, they would put their canopies up. So it was really nowhere that we could go on Pickens Avenue. And that's where we were on, Pickens Avenue. But there was nowhere that we could go that baby wouldn't get wet. So I just happened to look up and told the rain to stop. And not another drop came down. The girl, I was astonished. I was like, oh shit. Like I'm saying this to myself. Oh shit. Then she was like, oh my God, thank you. She just said thank you to me. And I told her, I said, nah, don't thank me. I didn't do nothing. It's all heaven. Thanks to heaven. And she was like, well, God bless you. And I'm like, God bless you too. Then here goes another day. 2 Christian ladies. This is on another day that was on a Sunday. I knew it was on a Sunday. Then this was Sunday morning. This I distinctly remember because I was walking around looking for, just begging people for money or going to the stores asking them if they had a little work for me. That I could, sweep up or clean something, and make some money. Of course, so I could get high, but still. I wasn't the type, well, I ain't gonna say I was always like that, because at one time I was a crackhead that I would steal everything from you. But, wait, before I tell that, well, yeah, I could tell that. Nah, not yet. This other story, but then again, yeah. This story, it goes one night. Matter of fact, this will be the last story I'll tell. But there's many more areas in my life which I shall reveal to y'all as I go along with trying to teach all of you in the world the truth of the heavens. And it is this truth that I do come bearing. And it is in your books. Like, you just got to read with clarity. Because a lot of y'all see the book say that in the last days you're being called out away from her, away from the scornful woman. But then y'all don't see who the devil is. Who do you think the devil is? If you're being called to come out away from her, who do you think the devil is? The devil's a she spirit, y'all. But let me bring you to this next story. Anyway, I hope I finished that other story. She thanked me and she went on her way. This night, well, yeah, let me start there. This next story is I had been up for about, I was trying, I'm not going to lie, I was trying to go for 40 days and 40 nights without eat or sleep. Just something I wanted. Don't ask me what made me do it. I can't even tell you, but yes, I did attempt to stay up for 40 days and 40 nights. I did not reach the 40 days and 40 nights, but I reached 28 days. Didn't make the 28th night, but 28 days straight without sleeping or eating, I did. And let me tell you, you might say that I walked around in a state of delirium, but I wouldn't say that. But what I would say is while I was walking around, I happened to see many things of the spirit world. Now, at that time when I'm standing up, I would walk around and it was like Well, put it like this. After about 3 days of no eating, no sleeping, now I was smoking crack. That's all I was doing. Because it was helping me. It was helping curb my hunger, and it was helping me stay awake. So I kept, that's the only thing I was doing. That and water. So after 3 days, I started to notice something. And that it was with the animals. Like at this specific time, there was a little parakeet that I was coming out the building. We was in Howard Projects, and there's a few people in Howard Projects. If they remember, I know I got a cousin who actually took the bird. He gave me some crack for the bird. And he'll verify this story. I was coming out the building. He can't verify this part, but it was a few people in front of the building when I was coming out. I came out the building. I was coming out of building 60 Glenmore, Howard Housing Projects. I was coming out of building 60. As I'm walking out, there's a little green and yellow parakeet, and he's flying, trying to get away from some other birds. They chasing him, and I'm watching him. All of a sudden, I'm telling them, yo, leave him alone, leave him alone. And the bird came, the little parakeet came, flew on my shoulder. The birds left him alone. After that, the bird would not leave me. I walked around with this bird outside on my shoulder. If he would fly away for a little bit, he'd come right back. He would not. My cousin was like, yo, let me get him. I said, all right. I took him. I gave him my cousin. And I guess because my cousin, see, he wasn't flying away from me, he fucked around. Well, somehow he got away from my cousin, flew right back to me. My cousin was like, yo, fuck it. Come on, just take him upstairs to the crib for me. Put him in a cage. I'm like, all right. So that's what we did. Now, this was like after three days, like, and I just started noticing, like, animals just started coming to me for, like, there was this pit dog. There's a lady who I call, her name is Annette. I call her my sis. I know she'll remember this because she was like, see, get your damn dog. And I'm like, yo, he ain't my dog. He just started following me. And I could not get rid of him. It's like, I didn't know the dog. I was coming down Liberty Avenue. I was up by Liberty and Powell. And the dog came running out of the fence. And he started running to me. When he ran to me, jumped on me, and started licking me like I was his master. And I played with him for a little while. And told him to leave. He wouldn't leave. He followed me wherever I went. I had to go upstairs. When I went upstairs in the building, he actually sat outside and waited. Was just waiting there in front of the building, like fucking with people too. But he wasn't biting nobody. Anyway, that. Then there was a story. Now this is about maybe 7 days now. Now things are getting even more weird now because I'm starting to see like movement out of the corners of my eyes everywhere I go. I'm starting to see in empty cars, I'm seeing movement out of the corner of my eyes. Right? I couldn't really see them yet though. So then this happened. I'm walking down Liberty Avenue again, right? Because I'm going to get some more crack. This is about, like I say, about 7 days now. 7, maybe anywhere between a week and a half and 2 weeks. Now, 14 days. Anywhere between 7 and 14 days. It's somewhere around that time now. I'm walking to go get some more drugs. It's about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Some dudes are walking a pit bull. I got them by at least a block. And I hear them calling me. They were like, yo, crackhead! Yo, crackhead, come here! I turn around, I look. I turn back around, I keep going. He was like, I said come here, nigga. You fucking crackhead, I know you hear me. All right, fuck that. Get him, boy. And then I hear the footsteps coming. Boom. Turn around, I see the dog running to me. Like they sick the dog on me to come in and do me dirty or whatever. So I see the dog running. I turn around. I sit down on the ground. The dog gets to me. We start playing. After we played for a little while, I turned him back around and said, now go back. And he went back. The dudes now, they about from when I turned the dog around and told him to go back, they about maybe a half a block from me now. When they see their dog come back, and I guess this is their pit, and they must have been because he looked big, like a healthy thing. Like, and you could tell he was fighting them too. Because he had a couple of, marks on his neck. Anyway, I did that, sent them back. Dudes like, oh, shit. Yo, you see what the fuck he just did? And I hit him. He was like, yo, fuck it, leave him alone. And then he just left. Now, this is about 26 days, almost 4 weeks now. I'm walking. I'm right now. Shit is getting. I'm getting scared because of the things I'm seeing now. Now, let me tell you something that I've seen. Every time, like I would be walking, and there'd be people around, but I also was seeing shadows. Shadows with arm, leg, arm, head, but only shadows. Without a body, just a shadow. This is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing these shadows walk out amongst everybody. In the daytime, you could see these shadows. I guess, and I'm going to tell you what these shadows were. They were spirits or angels or demons, whatever you want to call them. But that's what they were. The spirit world is here. They walk around us. They are here with us all the time. We just can't see them. They can see us. Anyway, I noticed something. Every time somebody would cough or sneeze, a shadow had run through them. Like when they cough, it would be because a shadow ran through them, ran through their body. If they sneeze, it'd be like because a shadow ran through them. Or they got sick. People that were sick, like one girl, I actually seen, I don't know what sickness she had, but I actually seen a shadow on her, holding on to her, and whatever it was doing, when it felt me looking, it looked up directly at me, and then it stuck for a minute, and then went back down and started doing what it was doing. And you could look and tell the girl was sick because the people who were with her, I guess they were taking her to the hospital. But, they were, like, when I passed her, they was bringing her out to the car. And I actually saw this. I'm like, oh, shit. I ain't say nothing. What could I say? But then I noticed also that with me, the shadows, they kept their distance from me. It was like I had them around me, but they wasn't running through me every time I would cough. They wasn't running through me. And it was like they formed a barrier around me. Like nothing would get in. Nothing could get into me. Right? Then, this was the 40th day. Because like I said, I mean, not the 40th.